Once upon a time, in a vibrant forest, lived a playful and mischievous giggly gecko. With scales that shimmered like a rainbow and eyes that sparkled with joy, the giggly gecko possessed a magical gift. Whenever it laughed, a special substance called dopamine filled the air, bringing happiness to all who heard it. Word of the giggly gecko's laughter quickly spread, captivating the attention of the curious squirrel. Intrigued by the tales of its magical giggles, the squirrel ventured into the forest in search of this enchanting creature. Whenever the squirrel heard the giggly gecko's laughter, a wave of warmth and delight washed over its tiny body. Realizing the effect it had on the squirrel, the giggly gecko started using its laughter as a reward. Whenever the squirrel showed kindness or helped others, the giggly gecko would shower it with laughter, filling the squirrel's heart with happiness. The squirrel eagerly sought the giggly gecko's approval, constantly seeking ways to please and impress it. However, the giggly gecko also discovered that it could withhold its laughter as a form of punishment. If the squirrel acted selfishly or made mistakes, the giggly gecko's laughter would turn cold, leaving the squirrel feeling sad and empty. The squirrel became trapped in a cycle of seeking the giggly gecko's laughter, desperately trying to avoid its disapproval. One day, a wise owl observed the squirrel's struggles and decided to intervene. The owl perched high in a tree and spoke with a gentle hoot. "Dear squirrel, true happiness comes from within, not from the laughter of others. Embrace your own unique qualities and find joy in your own accomplishments, rather than seeking external validation." The squirrel listened attentively to the owl's wise words. It realized that it had been relying too much on the giggly gecko's laughter for happiness. Determined to break free from this dependency, the squirrel embarked on a journey of self-discovery. The squirrel explored its own talents and pursued activities that brought it genuine joy. It formed friendships based on mutual respect and kindness, finding comfort and happiness in genuine connections. Over time, the squirrel learned to rely less on the giggly gecko's laughter and more on its own inner source of joy. As the squirrel embraced its newfound independence, the giggly gecko recognized the impact of its actions. It understood that true happiness couldn't be found by manipulating others through laughter. With a change of heart, the giggly gecko resolved to use its laughter to spread genuine joy, free from control or dependency. From that day forward, the forest flourished with authentic happiness. The squirrel, along with other forest creatures, celebrated their individuality and found fulfillment in their own unique paths. Laughter echoed through the trees, not as a means of control, but as a celebration of self-acceptance and the beauty of finding joy from within. And so, the giggly gecko and the squirrel continued their journey, each embracing the valuable lesson that true happiness is found by following one's own heart and being content with who they truly are. The moral of this fable is that true happiness comes from within and should not be dependent on the validation or approval of others. It emphasizes the importance of embracing one's own unique qualities, pursuing personal passions, and finding joy in one's own accomplishments. The story encourages individuals to value genuine connections and friendships based on kindness and mutual respect, rather than seeking external validation or relying on others for happiness. Ultimately, the moral highlights the significance of self-acceptance and finding fulfillment by staying true to oneself.